I would like to invite Secretary of State for Communities and Local Government, the Right Honorable Clarke.
Well, thank you very much indeed for that warm introduction, and it is wonderful to be here with you today, and to everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I'm very grateful to be here at what has become an incredibly prestigious prize-giving ceremony in which we honour people who deserve to have the spotlight shine on them and to be congratulated for their work during the year. But it's a particular honour to be introduced by the editor of Britain's largest and most successful Muslim newspaper. 150,000 readers a month, I know, is something that many editors of many newspapers would dream of. And this is a tribute to the hard work and to the product that you have offered to your readers over the years. And Ahmed, as you just said, Muslim News is influential not just with its readers, although clearly it is, but also with the press industry in general. And the roundtable that you mentioned, a conference of the Society of Editors to discuss the representation of Islam and Muslims in the media, was a very important contribution to our national debate. Now, I know that it hasn't been an easy few years for the print media. With the internet and the ubiquity of free content combining to make the editor's job even harder than it has been in the past. But I think that background means that the success of Muslim News, now, as Ahmed said, more than a quarter of a century in print, makes it the more remarkable. Remarkable and important because the media's role is vital to the well-being of our democracy. Without a strong and independent press, people in power can't be held to account. Now, I know that I'm not the only politician in the room. I'm joined by many of my distinguished colleagues here. And I'm sure that all of them, from all parties, would agree that no matter how much trouble the press can cause parties from time to time, British political life is stronger for the thorough scrutiny that it receives from our independent newspaper industry. We would be poorer without it, and Muslim News takes a very important place in that family. The freedom of the press is one of our country's great strengths. So while we congratulate the winners of tonight's awards, I think we should also congratulate Muslim News for its contribution too, and we're very grateful for everything it does. Now, we're here to continue to celebrate the winners of tonight's awards, as I say, for what they have given back to our community. And in doing so, it's clear, reading the nominees, that they typify not only the Muslim community at its best, but Britain at its best. And I'm proud to live in a country where everyone is free to practice their faith, and I'm determined that faith should be no bar to progress and achievement. And just looking at the categories that tonight's ceremony is recognizing: excellence in the arts, in community development, in education, in engineering, science and technology, in community relations, in good citizenship, in health, in media and in sport. Awards too for championing Muslim causes, as well as awards for young people. That British Muslims have made a stellar contribution to our legal, political, cultural, scientific and medical life over many decades, in fact centuries, is almost too obvious to say. But important too are the ordinary heroes of our communities, the people who day in, day out raise their families, earn their living, keep our public services and our businesses going, quietly form part of the communities, and we must cherish them too. It seems to me that the fabric of British society is a tapestry with threads representing so many different traditions and cultures from every part of the world. Each thread matters, but combined together with the others, these threads interweave to create something beautiful, something strong, and something resilient. Sometimes, as Ahmed said, there is adversity to be confronted. And that strength and resilience is shown in the face of the anti-Muslim hatred that appears from time to time and that Ahmed described. Strength and resilience, I see, is what the Muslim community and the whole community in Glasgow showed when it united to condemn the appalling loss of Assad Shah's life. And strength and resilience in many different ways is evident right across the country when we see Muslim communities in action. During the last winter, we had storms that had devastating consequences across the many parts of the north of England. And for the people affected, it was very traumatic. I met with local Muslim business owners in the Kirkstall Road in Leeds, facing the challenge of the loss of their businesses and the determination with the whole community to get back up and running and trading again. And of course, that response, that charitable response, was not just confined to people's own neighbours. This community is well known for its deep charitable instincts, British Muslims being our most generous of charitable donors. And the understanding that charitable impulse isn't confined to one's next-door neighbours has always been evident in this community. And so, during the floods, right across the country, we saw mosques, we saw youth associations, charities and individuals coming together with others to help people in need, not just on their own doorsteps, but indeed many miles away from their own homes. It was a moving example of Britain at her best, the unspoken assumption that when help is required, that help will be forthcoming. You need help, let me help you, could be a motto for the short list of nominees that we have for tonight's awards. Now, I'm pleased to celebrate anyone who's made a good contribution, but I'm particularly pleased to be awarding the Award for Excellence in Enterprise and to see the strong business backgrounds of this year's shortlisted nominees. As these candidates prove, business people don't profit only themselves through their hard work. To have strong public services, to have the NHS that we want, the schools that our children need, the protection that vulnerable people deserve, we need businesses of all types to thrive. And today's nominees are great examples of a general law that whenever we have strong communities, we will have strong businesses. And so when businesses prosper, the wider community prospers. Tonight's nominees have turned their own personal success and good fortune into a helping hand for others through their charitable and community-based work. The business started by Farouk Sheikh and his brother Haroon provides specialist services to more than 1,800 children and adults with learning or physical disabilities and employs more than 3,500 staff. Farouk and his brother are also patrons and enterprise fellows of the Prince's Trust. Dome Tours International began when Abdur Rahman El Belwawi, its director, was a student in order to provide low-cost tours for his fellow students. And Tariq Usmani, beyond his successful property businesses, chairs an ex-offenders program and was a founding chairman of the Better Community Business Network. Every nominee here tonight contributes to the strength and resilience and indeed to the beauty of our communities and our nation. We are deeply proud of everyone who is nominated, and it is a huge honour to be able to present this award tonight. Thank you very much indeed for inviting me.